When Arata wakes up, he finds himself groping his irritated cousin, Hijiri. Despite his best efforts to appease the situation, Hijiri chooses to punish him. Hijiri continues to be perplexed during breakfast, and Arata is perplexed by her behavior, even referring to a drawing she did as a child, much to her embarrassment. Following that, the two walk together to their school, though Arata notices the sun has turned dark. While Hijiri goes on about his business as usual, a befuddled Arata chooses to ignore the sight of an unknown girl in her school uniform approaching them, demanding that he awaken or she will eliminate him. The girl already vanished before he could respond. Arata ponders the mysterious girl's warning in the middle of class. Hijiri meets Arata on the roof of the school and asks her if the sun has always been black, which she confirms. Hijiri goes on to say that this has always been the case because this is the world he desired. She also offers to give in to his desires if he decides to stay with her. Suddenly, Arata recalls Hijiri vanishing and pleading with him to remember her. As a result, he suspects Hijiri of being a forger, which she denies. The mysterious girl from the morning fires a bullet at Hijiri, but she easily deflects the ambush with a barrier. Hijiri recognizes the girl as a mage, while Arata recognizes her due to her large bust, which the girl introduces herself as Lilith Asami in an embarrassing manner. Following that, Hijiri reverses her spell, revealing the entire town to be in ruins. Lilith explains that a disaster 3 days ago destroyed their entire town, prompting Arata to recall the incident. As the town burns down and people vanish, Hijiri gives Arata a grimoire and asks that his wish be granted in order to save him, much to Arata's surprise. Hijiri, on the other hand, simply gives him instructions before kissing him until she vanishes. Arata then finds himself alone in an empty world, refusing to accept his fate. He demands that the grimoire return the world to normal, and the grimoire begins to work. Lilith explains that she was sent from her school to investigate the breakdown phenomenon, only to find the town unaffected after Arata realizes that his wish to the grimoire was the cause. The grimoire reveals that she was able to recreate the world with ease, despite Lilith's warning that such magic is dangerous. As a result, she gives Arata two options: surrender the grimoire and his memories in exchange for peace, or be killed instead. Arata, on the other hand, wonders if Hijiri is still alive, which the grimoire confirms because she can project her image. When Arata discovers this information, he opts for a third option rather than surrendering or dying. Arata arrives at the Royal Biblia's Academy's entrance sometime later, where Lilith greets him, though she's taken aback by the situation. Using the grimoire he possesses, Arata reveals his decision to become a mage, to a surprised Lilith. While Lilith doubts Arata's ability to become one, he declares that he will regardless of the circumstances. Despite the fact that they are the same age, Arata confirms that Lilith is a teacher as they walk to class. After that, Lilith introduces Arata as a transfer student in the classroom before another student, Selena, starts asking him personal questions, which he promptly answers. Selena, on the other hand, inquires as to whether he was able to perform world reconstruction, a feat only a demon lord is capable of. The class becomes enthralled by the appearance of the candidate when Arata inevitably confirms. Selena later spreads the word about Arata's demon lord magic around the academy. Despite Lilith's protests, Master Biblia is amused by the situation in the headmaster's office. Nonetheless, Arata is welcomed to the academy by the headmaster, who explains that Biblia is a secret organization that teaches mages and assigns missions. Although the headmaster is unsure, Arata inquires if he will be able to save Hijiri if he becomes a magus. Regardless, Arata asks Lilith if there are any shortcuts, which she denies, but Master Biblia suggests that he meet and dominate the Trinity 7, the Academy's 7 expert female mages. Aside from that, Lilith is revealed to be one of them. After the meeting, Lilith advises Arata not to take the headmaster's words seriously. Following that, he notices a ninja hiding on the ceiling who introduces herself as Levi Kazuma, a ninja who happens to also be a mage. Levi is also a member of Trinity 7, according to Lilith. When Mirai Yamana and Akio Fudo, two other members, happen to be on their way to a mission, Arata inquires about the remaining members. Arata observes that the majority of the mages are female, which Levi explains as a result of magic's emphasis on emotions. As a result, girls are more naturally drawn to magic, though Lilith warns that they must also control their desires. When Arata and Levi continue to tease Lilith in an inappropriate manner, the embarrassed teacher punishes Arata before leaving. To Arata's surprise, Levi observes that Lilith has become more expressive since meeting him. Arata spends the night alone in his room, pondering the whereabouts of the grimoire, which appears around his neck and advises him to take a bath. Following the grimoire's instructions, Arata enters the boys' bathhouse only to find a naked girl who resembles Hijiri who doesn't seem to mind his presence. Arata eventually leaves before running into Lilith, despite his best efforts to appear unconcerned. Arata tries to explain to Lilith that he saw Hijiri in the bath, whom Lilith misidentifies as Eren Kanazuki, another Trinity 7 member. When Lilith realizes the situation, she chastises Eren, while Arata discusses Eren's resemblance to Hijiri with the grimoire. Before Lilith reminds him that he's not wearing any pants, he suspects that Eren and Trinity 7 will be important to him in the future. Eren stares at an uneasy Arata in Lilith's class. Lilith is also unsure about the situation, so Arata questions her about it. When Arata tries to eat in the cafeteria, Eren simply observes him. Eren follows Arata through the corridors until she tries to enter the men's restroom with him, much to his surprise. Following that, he inquires as to why she was following him, to which Eren responds that she was observing the Demon Lord candidate as his partner before leaving. Arata is surprised to find Lilith, Selena, and Levi in his room later. Selena and Levi both explain why they want to gather information, and Lilith says she'll be there to supervise them. Arata requests that they teach him magic after Selena's interview, which Lilith gladly accepts. Selena and Levi, on the other hand, observe that she will agree to any educational situation, fantasizing about an erotic scene between Lilith and Arata. Despite this, Arata interrogates Lilith about his grimoire, which she reveals to be the Estill Manuscript, a legendary grimoire containing knowledge from another world. Lilith goes on to explain Thema, a concept that each mage investigates in the archives of the 7 deadly sins. However, a blackout occurs unexpectedly. While the Estill manuscript provides light, the group finds themselves trapped inside a room with a barrier. Despite knowing how to get out, Estill decides to sleep while the rest of the group searches for the exit. As a result, Arata tries to break down the door with a chair, but to no avail, much to the girl's surprise. However, due to the principles of magic, they quickly realize his intentions to act without reason. The group then discuss the culprit's motivation, which they believe is to determine Arata's strength. Despite the fact that he already knows who the perpetrator is, he decides to follow along. Outside, Eren and another person look down from the top of a roof at the situation. The group searches the room for a way out, but finds no clues to help them escape. Despite Arata's suggestion that they rest, Selena and Levi complain about the lack of a bathroom. Unfortunately, they discover Lilith urgently requires the use of the restroom before the other girls do. With no other options, Arata consults Estill, only to discover that the grimoire is half asleep. As a result, Arata, Levi, and Selena decide to use her state to deceive the grimoire into believing they found the solution, causing Estill to reveal the source under the bed inadvertently. The barrier vanishes after the girls destroy the magical source beneath the bed, allowing them to escape to the bathroom. The Estill manuscript is amused by Arata's ruse and eagerly awaits his choice of Thema. While Arata is unfamiliar with the concept of a Thema, Eren arrives to explain that a Thema is a lifelong research project that allows mages to use magic. Arata deduces from her timing that she was the one who erected the barrier, which Eren admits. Despite her actions, Arata says he's not upset because he saw the girl's desperate need to urinate, but he's perplexed when Eren offers to do the same. Due to her resemblance to Hijiri before becoming acquainted with her, Arata becomes unstable when interacting with Eren, according to the Estill manuscript. As the two become friends, Arata inquires about Eren's decision to lock his room. Eren responds, much to his surprise, that he is the Demon Lord candidate, as stated by the headmaster before Master Biblia appears from a window. As a result, the two choose to ignore the headmaster and carry on their conversation somewhere else, much to Biblia's surprise. Arata and Lilith continue their investigation of Eren in the infirmary. Master Biblia stated that if the Demon Lord candidate was placed in a stressful situation, another breakdown phenomenon could occur, according to Eren. Arata makes the decision to punish the headmaster, but Lilith has already carried out the punishment. Meanwhile, inside a blazing furnace, a bound headmaster is terrified. While Lilith is intrigued by the breakdown phenomenon, Eren chooses to explain it by transforming into her Magus mode and causing Arata's magic to become unstable after removing the seals on his magic from the Estill manuscript. A breakdown phenomenon occurs as a result, but Eren is adamant about continuing the experiment for the sake of her research. She didn't expect the effects to be as strong as they were. Selena meets with Levi, who informs her that a breakdown phenomenon is taking place. Outside of the academy, Master Biblia finds Eren's antics amusing, but she cannot allow the school to close. As Arata's magic becomes increasingly erratic, Lilith decides to intervene, but Eren refuses to let her, regardless of the outcome. However, after completing their most recent mission, Akio and Mira appear out of nowhere. Mira uses her Super Baya archive magic to neutralize the breakdown phenomenon while also paralyzing Eren and Lilith's movements, giving Akio the opportunity to eliminate Arata. Before dealing the final strike, Akio apologizes to Arata, and that's the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you saw, subscribe to the channel. I'll be uploading a lot of videos just like this, so I'll see you in the next one.